Welcome back! Today we're checking out another PixelLab tool, and this one is super useful if you already have a style you like and you want to generate more assets that match it. This is Create Image from Style Reference Pro. So here I'm inside Sprite and I already have a character on my canvas. I'm going to open the PixelLab menu, go to the Create Image category, and select Create Image from Style Reference Pro. And as you can see, this is a pretty simple tool. It doesn't have a huge amount of settings, which is nice because the workflow is very straightforward. At the top, we can add one or multiple style images. We can also clear all the style images if we want to start over. Then we can choose the output method. And then we have the description box, which is where we type what we want the tool to generate. If we open Advanced Options, we can see the seed number. We can also load previous settings from a JSON file. For the first use case, I'm going to use the character that's already on my canvas as the style image. So I click Add Style Image, and now the tool can use this character's pixel art style as a reference. The first thing I want to try is making variations of this same character. So I'm going to prompt, same character with different savage outfits. And now let's hit generate. And look at that. We got a bunch of different outfit variations, but they still feel like they belong to the same character and the same world. Since this is a 48 by 48 canvas, we got 16 different frames of variations. The amount of outputs depends on your canvas size. If you're using a 32 by 32 canvas, you get 64 frames. If you're using a 64 by 64 canvas, you get 16 frames. If you're using 128 by 128, you get 4 frames. And if you use 256 by 256, you get 1 frame. So the smaller the canvas, the more variations you get in one generation. Alright, so another use case with this same character is creating a whole new cast of characters. Instead of asking for the same character with different outfits, I can ask for different people from the same world. So I'm going to prompt a cast of different human characters from a savage world, top-down, front-facing, idle pose. I'm also going to change the output method to new layer, just so I don't overcrowd the timeline with a ton of frames. Now let's hit generate. And look at these. We got a lot of different human characters that could easily fit into a game, and they all stay within a similar style. This is perfect if you're building a tribe, a village, a faction, NPCs, enemies, or just a full cast of characters for a game world. Now, what if you have more characters in a certain style, like we do now? We don't have to use only one style image. We can add multiple style images, and that helps the model understand the style even better. So here I'm going to use some of the humans that we created and some of the orc variations too, the kind of pixel art style we want. Now I'm going to prompt fantasy world characters, magicians wearing all different magician outfits, different colors, different classes, and let's generate. And these are pretty nice. Now we're getting magician characters, but they still feel connected to the same world. So this is a really good workflow if you're making a larger game and you want different character types, but you still want everything to look consistent. Okay, so we've shown a lot of 48 by 48 examples, but we can also work with bigger canvas sizes. And we don't have to only make front-facing characters. Let's try portraits in the same style. Here I have a pretty nice monster portrait, and I'm going to use it as my style image. As you can see, because we're working with a bigger canvas, we're going to get 4 images. And for this canvas size, we can also provide 4 style images if we want. But for this example, I'm just going to use this portrait. Now I'm going to prompt portraits of other types of monsters from an evil dungeon. Here, I'm not going to remove the background because I actually want to keep the background in the portrait. I'll set the output method to new frame. And now let's hit generate. And there we go. We got 4 different monster portraits, and they all follow the style of the portrait we provided. This is really useful for boss portraits, dialogue portraits, enemy icons, character cards, RPG menus, or anything where you want multiple characters in the same visual style. Now let's go smaller. I'm working in 32 by 32, and I want to make fruits. Here I have a strawberry sprite that I generated, and I want to make a lot more fruits in this same style. So I'm going to use the strawberry as my style image. For the prompt, I'm keeping it really simple. Different fruits, that's it. Of course, you can be way more detailed if you want. But for this video, I'm keeping the example generic so we can focus on how the tool works. And look at that! Because we're working in 32 by 32, we got 64 frames of fruit. That's a lot of assets from one generation. And again, if we want to keep using the same style, now that we have more fruit sprites, we can use those as extra style images. So let's do that. I selected around 14 style images from the fruit sprites we just generated. Now the model has a much stronger idea of the style. The colors, the shading, the outline, and the overall shape language. This time I'm going to prompt food items, non-fruit food items, meals, and I'm going to use new layer again, just so I don't overcrowd the timeline. Let's hit generate. That's pretty dope. Now we're getting all kinds of food items, but they still match the same small sprite style. So this is a great way to build out an item set. You can use it for inventory icons, shop items, cooking ingredients, collectibles, crafting materials, or UI assets. And the more good style references you provide, the easier it is for the tool to stay consistent. And finally, let's try a bigger asset. Here I have a pretty nice pixel art building, and I'm working on a 256 by 256 canvas. I'm going to use this building as my style image. Because this is a bigger canvas size, we can only generate one frame at a time. But that also means the output can have more space and detail. For the prompt, I'm going to write a small wooden hut with Aztec symbols. Now let's generate. Look at that! That's pretty amazing. The new building is different from the original, but it still keeps a similar pixel art style. So this works really well for buildings, shops, houses, temples, ruins, structures, and environment assets. So that's Create Image from Style Reference Pro. If you found this helpful, like the video, subscribe for more PixelLab tutorials, and let me know what tool you want me to cover next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.